needs, call or visit a Fidelity branch today. Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. And Cayman Pharmacy Group, with locations in West Base and professional pharmacy at CTMH Doctors Hospital. The Cayman Pharmacy Group has a location for you just around the corner. And Seaboard Marine. With over 35 shipping ports, find your shipping solution by calling Seaboard Marine at 949-4977.
Coming to you live from Radio Cayman Studio.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you. For the record. Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
For the record.
For the record. For the record. Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is your talk show.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome to For the Record. Today is Friday, the 23rd day of November 2017. For many of you and many people throughout the world now, it is Black Friday. It used to be limited to the United States before, but now it is practiced all over the world by all types of companies, those wishing to ply their wares, their goods to the public. Black Friday today. I trust that everyone had an enjoyable night and that you're raring to go today. Some of you would have started early in the morning to get on those lines to do your purchases and everything. Just want to caution you, just take your time. Don't get all excited. In many instances, the things that you are seeking to procure are simply worldly items and material things at the end of the day. So just take your time, relax. I want to thank you, our listening and viewing audience, for allowing Radio Cayman and, by extension, For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands into your places of work, whether it be an office cubicle or if you're working in the outdoors. For the Record is a show produced by the staff and the management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 9:30 a.m. Our phone lines are always open. There is always someone there waiting to take your calls. This morning, it is that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson. You can call us on a toll-free number provided courtesy of Flo. That toll-free number is 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037 and 949-6990. Email us at fortherecord. That is one word, for the record, at CANDW.KY. WhatsApp us on 925-3261. Where we encourage you to leave us a text message or send us a voice note. And of course, you can follow us on YouTube simply by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream. And we want to continue to promote Radio Cayman live stream because that is where you can go and you can watch the show live as well. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday who was talking about it, and he was saying that he wasn't seeing as many viewers on there as he thought he would like to see, and pointed out that we need to promote it more because it is such a convenient resource to use as well. So I want to encourage you to do that. Before I start the show, today, of course, is Friday, and it is reserved for the opposition. We have no one in the studio yet. I'm not sure whether or not anyone is coming. I believe that they wanted to wrap up the proceedings in the Legislative Assembly last night. I'm not sure how late They went into the night, but I would certainly appreciate some indication as to whether or not anyone from the opposition is going to be here. And then that will give me an opportunity to plan the course of the show for this morning as well. Meanwhile, I get this opportunity to convey messages from some of my listeners, and got a call this morning from Miss Phyllis Moxham, and she wanted to send a message to a good friend in New York. And what is the quickest way to get a message to a good friend in New York? Do it through Radio Cayman and For the Record. So she wanted to wish a belated happy birthday to Mr. Clarence Forbes. She said she apologizes for sending such a late message, but she knows that he's young, so she'll get an opportunity to, as the years go by, to send him many more birthday greetings as well. And I'm sure that he's listening in this morning, even though I believe the temperatures in New York are pretty low again today. Yesterday, in some areas in the 20s, certainly below 32 degrees, so below the freezing temperature as well. So Miss Phyllis Moxham wants to extend that. And of course, yesterday on Talk Today, we extended condolences for the family of Mr. Arthur Hunter. And again this morning, we want to convey condolences to all of those families who have lost loved ones over the past few days as well, and to say that we certainly feel your pain, and we certainly are there for you, there with you as well. If we get an opportunity this morning as well, yesterday on Talk Today, I had a conversation with one of our guests, and we were talking about devolved responsibilities and whether or not the responsibilities of our government, our elected government, her ministers, have been devolved by the United Kingdom as expressed in the Premier's statement to the Legislative Assembly and the people of the Cayman Islands in regards to the proposed constitutional changes. And I will try to continue on that. I promised that listener that I would try to do some more research, and actually before I left the studio yesterday, I just sat here behind the computer and did a little bit more research as well. But we have one caller, so let's go to the phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Lucy, how are you today?
I'm fine, and good morning to you.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to complain because I'm your first caller.
No, that's okay. Go ahead and complain if you have to. Go ahead and do so. No, don't apologize for that at all, my dear.
It's in regard to the NRA.
Okay.
It's two things. I live opposite or just by the Lindford Pearson Highway, I must say. When they were extending the lane, the piece of property that was next to me, they cleared that so that CUC could plant their big, humongous poles, and they took down my coconut tree, the only coconut tree I had left. And they said that CUC was going to pay me for them. Mm-hmm. They decided to give me some hedge, but the few little hedge that they gave me, they're not even growing.
And who CUC gave you the hedge?
Well, it was CUC, they said, because it was them that took the pole. Now, I guess they negotiated. I guess NRA paid CUC for them. Mm-hmm. I don't know how that went, but they put a few oleanders. And those plants are not growing. Plus, they have this light on them, this white light. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to rip all of those up. And then they said the piece of property is narrow. They said they were going to clean it. It has never been cleaned. Before it was there, it didn't have any maiden plum trees on it. And since they cleared it up and did what they had to do, it's nothing but maiden plum trees. And they're coming in on my fence line. The other day, I had to get someone to sort of clear them away, but maiden plum is something that's very hard to
mm-hmm.
get.
Oh yes, so you have to take it out from the root, really, to get it. You have to what we call stumping it out. Yeah.
Yes. So it's coming back there, And they haven't done anything since they did that, extended that lane. They haven't come to do one thing. And I even spoke to Tristan Hydes there, and told them that they need to keep it cleaned. But they're not keeping it clean, and it's growing up there. And then another thing is my property is so close to that I have some suckers planted. And about 6 months ago, I had a nice hand of bananas and plantains. And when I know someone came and stole all of them, because it was like in the fence line, they pulled that over and they chopped the whole bunch of plantains and whole bunch of bananas and went with them.
Wow, that is sad. What you may want to do and try to see whether or not you can negotiate with them if that is possible, or to insist that they put up some sort of a barrier there that helps to protect it. Now, the piece of property that you're speaking of, has that now been acquired by government, or is it still privately owned?
No, government bought it. It was a vacant lot there, and government bought it from one of the neighbors.
And how big is it?
Well, it's not that big now since they took in. And then you can't do anything with it, because I would try to acquire it. But then those big old humongous light poles are there, and I would come right up on them. So I really wouldn't, but it's for them now to keep it tied in.
Okay. I don't... If you have the financial wherewithal, I would have a suggestion to you. Of course, I'm sure they're listening. Someone is listening now, so hopefully someone will get back to you. But you may want to try to maintain it yourself. Note the date that you have started to maintain it, and then take it by quiet possession, acquire it by quiet possession later on, even though it's government's. Or if you can work out some arrangement with them that, you will continue to maintain it as long as you're able to have use of it there. I know of individuals who have done that with government, and even though they have no title to the property, they have the use of it because they continue to maintain it. So you may want to try one of those options. The other question that I have for you was, how tall was the coconut tree that they uprooted for you? How tall was it?
The coconut tree was very tall. It was the tallest coconut tree, and it was a different kind of coconut.
So you're looking like about 10 feet, 12 feet tall?
Yeah, it was almost tall as those in fact, it was taller than the light poles that they had there first, which was further out. But this light poles that they have now are these really, really tall light poles.
Because you for that type of a coconut tree, that size, they normally pay you by the size of the trunk, the length as well as the girth of the trunk. The least that you should get for that coconut tree is $250, $300, and I say the least that you should get for it. And I'm speaking with a little bit of authority here, because I know of someone who sells plants coconut trees and sell them, and that's the least that you should get, $250. So I would say you look at $350 for your pain and suffering. Remember now, this is not legal advice because I'm not a lawyer, but I'm telling you some practical ways. You should get about $350 for your pain and suffering. You should try to take that property, start to maintain it, note the date when you started to maintain it, and take it by quiet possession. Because what you're trying to get from them, it's too much for you to have to pay a lawyer to to go to do that. But hopefully someone is listening. I will try to see if I can speak to someone and see if they can put someone in the case. But I want to thank you very much for that, and keep me up to speed in terms of what's happening. But I'll speak to someone as well. Folks, we have to take a commercial break now. When we return, For the Record, we'll continue.
Rotary Central Music Extravaganza is back. November is your lucky month with your Rotary Central Music Extravaganza ticket purchase of only $25. Win that grand prize of $40,000. Second prize, $4,000 and 6 $1,000 prizes. Yes, the 23rd Annual Music Extravaganza, Saturday, November 24. Royal Palms, West Bay Road from 7 p.m. Music by Dr. Bob's Experiment, Fire Squad and Altered Minds. Only a few more days. Only 8,000 golden tickets. Get your tickets now through points of sale at Funky Times, Outskirt Ticket Sales at A.L. Thompson's, Foster Supermarkets locations island-wide, Jake Scott Warehouse Store on Shedden Road and West Bay, Perk Up in Governor's Square, Rubis, Walkers Road, Esso on the Run in Red Bay, Tortuga Store, Governor's Square, Jose's Rubis, Lorna's Rubis in Bordentown, 4-Way Esso, West Bay, 7 Mile Beach, Esso, Cost You Less, and www.eventpro.ky. Rotary Central Music Extravaganza proceeds fund over 50 community inspiration projects. Be a winner, buy a ticket, support your community. Your ticket, your chance, your community.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the historical vignette series, sponsored by Cayman National Bank. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Between 1949 and 1951, Health Officer Bertie Ebanks and entomologist George Giglioli spearheaded the first serious fight against the mosquito with spraying equipment and large quantities of the new insecticide DDT. The program was credited with eradicating the threats of yellow fever and malaria. In the later 50s, the program was upgraded with the purchase of the Todd insecticidal fog applicator, which was mounted on the back of a truck and delivered a noxious mist of DDT impregnated diesel oil.
Radio Cayman's historical facts vignettes are proudly brought to you by Cayman National, with branches on all 3 Cayman Islands. Visit Cayman National Bank today for all of your financial needs.
It's more than what we do. It's who we are. We were your official bank of the quincentennial celebrations in 2003. We were your Bank of the Year 4 times. We were voted as the inaugural top employer in 2010. We were the inaugural Business of the Year awardee in 2017. Who are we? We are Cayman National, your local bank, proudly serving you for over 40 years. It's because of you that our journey continues.
You remember the sale at Vamped Motors?
Yeah, the Your Sale, Your Choice, the one where you can get cash back or can put the savings to extend the warranty or upgrade features?
Yes, it's still going on, but now you can get $8,000 off a new Ford Ranger truck. $8,000, you know?
You for real?
Come see for yourself. While they still have so much to choose from, save big during Your Sale, Your Choice at Vamped Motors. With almost every vehicle on sale, you decide whether to get your dream ride at its lowest price. Take cash back, add years to the warranty or service plan. Choose an add-on or mix your options. Your sale, your choice, because you know what you need, and Vamped Motors will help you drive it home. Vamped Motors on Walkers Road. A trip to New York City is the experience of a lifetime. Starting this December, Cayman Airways will be offering daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman to New York City. That's right, Cayman Airways is going daily to New York City starting this December. Stroll through Central Park or take in the bright lights of Times Square, enjoy a Broadway show, or visit museums, the Empire State Building, and so much more. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, you'll fall in love with New York City. And daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman aboard Cayman Airways starting this December. For details and to book, call Cayman Airways reservations at 949-2311. Contact a travel agent or visit CaymanAirways.com.
Since March 2004, West Bay Pharmacy has kept their doors open to the local communities, even before, during, and after Hurricane Ivan. At West Bay Pharmacy, our staff provides so much more than pharmaceutical excellence. From the moment you walk through our doors to completing your cash out, our staff will have put your healthcare concerns at ease. We would like to take this moment to thank our loyal friends and customers. To us at West Bay Pharmacy, our patients are our primary concern. We provide thorough background checks and precise calculations to ensure your medical safety. Thank you for being a part of our family and for choosing West Bay Pharmacy, where we care about your health.
The University College of the Cayman Islands invites you to a soft launch of its Prior Learning Assessment Program, an initiative that seeks to help adult learners fast-track degree completion by awarding course credits for demonstrated college-level knowledge. On Thursday, November 29th at 6 p.m., join other adult learners and talent managers at the UCCI Sir Vassal Johnson Hall for a special keynote presentation, networking opportunities, and delicious treats. Visit the official UCCI Facebook page for details.
I don't have time to understand this whole social media thing, and I definitely don't have the in-house people to manage my social media advertising.
Relax. Yellow Media Group can help.
But I don't even know how to run ads on social media.
It's all right. Yellow Media Group delivers real results for social media advertising. Let our Facebook certified experts and over 50 years of advertising experience do the work for you.
That sounds wonderful. I'm too busy running my business.
Exactly. Let Yellow Media Group be your social media team. We'll create a custom plan specifically for your business so that you can focus on your business.
Perfect. How do I start?
Call 949-7027 or go to www.yellowmediagroup.com/Cayman Social. Yellow, we know social.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record with your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. I'm your host, Orrett Connor. We have no guest in the studio this morning. I have been contacted by the leader of the opposition, and he has extended his apologies. They went late into the night last night in the Legislative Assembly, so that is quite understood. So I will wing it alone this morning. And I trust that you will keep the conversation going by calling in. I want to share something with you. A notice that has been put out by the Cayman Islands Crisis Center. And they have launched a new kids helpline. Now, I'll give you a little bit of background about the Cayman Islands Crisis Center and what they do. The Cayman Islands Crisis Center provides shelter for victims of domestic abuse and their children. Their vision is to close the doors forever because our services are no longer needed. So that's what they really want to do. They want to be able to close their doors when their services are never needed, so that their services are never needed. Until such time, they will continue to provide support, counseling, and refuge to families of domestic violence and advocate for these voiceless victims. They carry out their mission by providing safe shelter for abused women and their children. A 24-hour toll-free crisis line, teen and young adult after-school programs for all at-risk youth, for at-risk youth, a walk-in center for all victims of domestic violence, and an ongoing support and services. The Estella's Place, which is their public-facing office, is located in Crown Square on Eastern Avenue. And for more information, you can contact them at www.cicc.ky. Now, they have launched a new helpline, kids helpline, and says the kids helpline will provide children and young adults up to 18 years old with a resource outside of their immediate circle of family and or friends to contact for support on issues concerning their well-being. So this new helpline has been provided for that purpose. The helpline is one of the first of its kind in the Caribbean, British Overseas Territories, and its development was supported by the United Kingdom's National Crime Agency, Child Exploitation and Online Protection Command, as part of a wider program of support coordinated by the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office through the Governor's Office. So, again, a new helpline that has been established for kids, for young children. And I hope that you take note of this, share this information with everyone. The Kids Helpline program, it will be open Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 3 to 5 p.m. and will be free to call at 649 KIDS or 5437 649 5437, and they plan to continue to expand the hours that this phone line will be open into 2019 as well. I want to thank them, thank the UK for providing this, because we all continue to say that our future is in our young people. But many times, as I've said before, some people render only lip service to that and nothing else. We've reached that time to the top of the hour for 8 o'clock news. So, folks, please stay tuned. When we return, we will continue to talk. I want to address the whole issue of devolution of powers of responsibilities to elected ministers by the United Kingdom government. We want to take a look at, for those of you who are listening, look at Section 125 of our Constitution, which we call the nuclear option, and we will look at Section 55 of our Constitution in relation to some of those devolved responsibilities as well. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time now by Price Right is 8 o'clock.
Price Right is Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore, making your dollar go further with huge savings and no membership fees. Get more of the things you use every day at the right price. But it's not just grocery and health and beauty. Price Right has a full range of products from office to automotive, patio furnishings to kitchen appliances, and even electronics. And since warehouse prices mean savings for you, everything is priced right at Price Right, Grand Cayman's warehouse shopping superstore. Access information. Your community. News and information. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm Shanda Gallego with your latest news. Lawmakers met late into the night, having approved a long list of a number of bills for third reading.
The question is that a bill shortly entitled the Immigration Transition Bill 2018 be given a third reading and pass. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those against, the ayes have it. The Immigration Transition Bill 2018 has now been read a third time and is passed.
Also passed Thursday, the Customs and Border Control Bill, the Advanced Passenger Information Amendment Bill, and the formal validity of wills for persons dying abroad. Lawmakers also approved the Companies Amendment Bill, the Non-Profit Organizations Amendment Bill, the Banks and Trust Companies Amendment Bill, the Cadet Corps Amendment No. 2 Bill, the Roads Naming and Numbering Amendment Bill, the Limited Liability Partnership Amendment Bill, and the Stamp Duty Amendment Bill. In other local news, it's that time again where members of the public have the opportunity to recognize excellence among young people here in Cayman. Details now from CIGTV's Jamie Hicks.
By submitting nominations to the Proud of Them award scheme. The nomination period for round 10 runs from November 16th through the 7th of December. Young ages 10 to 25 who are reaching new heights of achievement in academic, sports, their career, cultural, business, or community service can be nominated. Each recipient will receive a financial award, and their photograph will be featured for 6 months on billboards across the islands. Forms can be found online at gov.ky. And for more information about the Proud of Them Awards, email proudofthem@gov.ky or visit the Proud of Them Facebook page.
That's CHTV's Jamie Hicks. In regional news, the international community called Thursday on Haiti's political leaders to open a dialogue in the wake of deadly protests against President Jovenel Moïse. Carib Updates' Austin Crosby reports.
Moïse broke 3 days of silence late Wednesday with a brief televised speech appealing for calm and asserting the legitimacy of his government. At least 3 people were killed by gunfire during protests Sunday, calling for his resignation, according to the National Police. The opposition put the death toll at 11 nationwide. The U.S. Embassy said in a statement that it encourages meaningful dialogue to address points of disagreement and find lasting solutions without violence. The so-called core group composed of the United Nations, the European Union, and the Organization of American States, as well as the embassies of Germany, Brazil, Canada, France, and the United States, also deplored the loss of life. In a sign of support for Moïse, the group also said acts of violence seeking to provoke the resignation of the legitimate authorities have no place in the democratic process. The principal opposition groups who have made Moïse's resignation a prerequisite for the opening of any negotiations or dialogue were planning a new demonstration on Friday.
We now turn to the BBC with a check of international news. That's it for me. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, I'm Shanda Gallego.
BBC News with Gareth Barlow. China has strongly condemned an attack on its consulate in Karachi by militants opposed to its infrastructure projects in Pakistan. The Baluchistan Liberation Army says it carried out the assault, in which 7 people died, including the 3 suspected attackers. The Pakistan Prime Minister, Imran Khan, said militants would not be able to undermine the country's relationship with China. The United Arab Emirates says it's considering a request for clemency made by the family of a British man, Matthew Hedges, who's been sentenced to life in prison for spying. On Thursday, the British Foreign Secretary said he'd had a constructive telephone conversation with his counterpart in the UAE. A war crime suspect from the Central African Republic has appeared for the first time before judges at the International Criminal Court in The Hague. Alfred Yekatom, who's also known as Colonel Rambo, is facing 14 charges of crimes against humanity and war crimes, including murder, mutilation and torture. He's a former leader of a Christian militia which fought Muslim rebel groups. The Italian fashion designers Dolce & Gabbana have apologised again for an advertisement which depicted a Chinese woman trying to eat a pizza with chopsticks. The firm's 2 founders released a video in which they sit side by side and ask for forgiveness. Chinese shops have pulled products made by the luxury brand. At least 12 members of the security forces have been killed in an explosion suspected to be a suicide attack inside a mosque at an army base in Afghanistan. More than 30 others were injured as they attended Friday prayers in the military compound in Khost province. World news from the BBC.
Access to information. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
Kirk Home Center is your holiday season headquarters. From tabletop to 7-foot-tall Christmas trees, tree skirts, rugs, garland, and wreaths, to traditional lights and icicle lights for indoor and outdoor use, and LED outdoor scenic spotlights. Ornaments like shatterproof balls and treetop stars, and holiday accent pieces like candles, diffusers, and nativity sets, tablecloths, glasses, mugs, and more. Get it all from Kirk Home Center, your holiday season headquarters. Business owners and marketing managers, did you know that during the holidays, 1 in every 3 persons in Cayman search findyellow.com? Get more visibility for your business with Yellow's special Christmas advertising package. Contact our advertising consultants at 949-7027 or visit findyellow.com to find out more. Yellow, we know Cayman.
Rotary Central Music Extravaganza is back. November is your lucky month with your Rotary Central Music Extravaganza ticket purchase of only $25. Win that grand prize of $40,000. Second prize, $4,000 and 6 $1,000 prizes. Yes, the 23rd Annual Music Extravaganza, Saturday, November 24. Royal Palms, West Bay Road from 7 p.m. Music by Dr. Bob's Experiment, Fire Squad and Altered Minds. Only a few more days. Only 8,000 golden tickets. Get your tickets now through points of sale at Funky Times, Outskirt Ticket Sales at A.L. Thompson's, Foster Supermarkets locations island-wide, Jake Scott Warehouse Store on Shedden Road and West Bay, Perk Up in Governor's Square, Rubis, Walkers Road, Esso on the Run in Red Bay, Tortuga Store, Governor's Square, Jose's Rubis, Lorna's Rubis in Bordentown, 4-Way Esso, West Bay, 7 Mile Beach, Esso, Cost You Less, and www.eventpro.ky. Rotary Central Music Extravaganza proceeds fund over 50 community inspiration projects. Be a winner, buy a ticket, support your community. Your ticket, your chance, your community.
Cayman's cruise industry must be preserved and developed. It is a myth that the cruise lines will continue to call on Cayman at the rate they do now without the piers. It is a fact that the mega-class ships will not be tendered. Arrivals will decline by half over time as the older ships are decommissioned. This will hurt our economy and thousands of Caymanians who work in this industry. If we want to continue providing opportunities for Caymanians, we need the piers. Support the piers. Support our tourism.
Discount days are here from Super Stitch. 2 days of amazing savings this Friday and Saturday. Super Stitch is giving you savings on fabric for dresses, suits, and skirts. You name it, they have it. Fabric as low as $3.99 only at Super Stitch. Upholstery fabric for indoor and outdoor. Also, fabric for your cushions. Get curtains, bedspreads, sheets, bath mats, rugs, shower curtains, and much, much more. It's all at Super Stitch, Pasadena Place, Smith Road. 10 to 50% off. It's the perfect time to shop for the holidays. Come on down. There's something for you. The more you buy, the more you save.
In financial news, world markets were mixed Friday ahead of a meeting between U.S. President and Chinese President, who will attempt to soothe a trade dispute that shows no signs of abating. Keeping score in Europe, Germany's DAX index was 0.3% higher at 11,171, and France CAC 40 rose 0.2% to 4,946. The FTSE 100 index of leading British shares was 0.3% higher at 6,982. We now turn to the BBC with a check of world news business headlines.
Japanese prosecutors are likely to build a new criminal case against the ousted chairman of Nissan, Carlos Ghosn. This is following allegations of financial misconduct. He has been accused by Nissan of underreporting his salary and using company assets for personal use. The world's top memory chip maker, Samsung Electronics, has vowed to compensate by 2028 its local chip and display factory workers who have suffered from work-related illnesses. The move brings an end to a decade-long dispute between the South Korean firm and families of workers who develop diseases, including leukemia. The e-commerce sites in China have removed products by the Italian luxury brand Dolce & Gabbana amid a growing consumer backlash. The advertising campaign shown here shows a Chinese woman struggling to eat spaghetti and pizza with chopsticks, and it was widely criticised online as racist and insulting. And Black Friday could provide prime pickings for cyber criminals. This is according to Britain's intelligence unit, GCHQ. It's advising online shoppers to install the very latest software and app updates, choose strong and separate passwords for accounts, and type in the shop's website address rather than clicking on links in emails.
That's the latest in financial news here on Radio Cayman. I'm Shanta Gallego.
From happy beginnings to happy ever after.
Brit K protects your lifestyle with the best insurance cover at the best possible price.
Health insurance with far-reaching benefits.
95% of claims settled in 5 days.
Low-cost life insurance.
And investments.
Security in retirement.
With a custodian pension plan.
For happy beginnings and a happy ever after.
Visit BritK.ky or call 949-8699.
Brit K, where people come first.
The Paramount Carpet pre-Christmas blowout sale is back. For one whole week, starting Monday, November 19th through Saturday, November 24th. Save big with assorted remnant tiles, 250 square foot, $100 a pallet. Assorted remnant granite slabs as low as $300 a slab. Ceramic tiles as low as 75 cents a square foot. Porcelain tiles as low as 99 cents a square foot. Area rugs, 35% off. Carpets, 25% off. Tools, 10% off. And all other in-house tiles, 20% off. Cash and carry. It's the big blowout sale at the Paramount Carpet, located at 317 North Sound Road, Industrial Park. Open Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 949-5000.
Do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpet.
Run off that extra helping of turkey dinner and give back in a big way this Thanksgiving. Register now for the Meals on Wheels Turkey Trot 5K and 10K Fun Walk and Run on Saturday, November 24th at the Holiday Inn Resort in Safe Haven. Registration is only $25, and there are lots of spot prizes to be won. Breakfast, a costume competition, children's race, and so much more. Sponsored in part by Rum Point Club Residences and Greenlight Re. Help Meals on Wheels fight senior hunger in the Cayman Islands. Visit www.mealsonwheels.ky or register at caymanactive.com.
Registration packages for the Turkey Trot can be collected at the Meals on Wheels office in Trafalgar Place during the extended office hours this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. To register, visit caymanactive.com or contact Meals on Wheels.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
Good morning, time for the weather report. Current temperature is 82 degrees, relative humidity is 84%. Barometric pressure is 29.94 inches and rising. Wind is out of the northeast at 4 knots. Overnight low temperature was 76 degrees. Synopsis indicate light easterly winds and slight seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours in association with a high-pressure system over the southern United States. Radar images show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area moving towards the west-southwest. Now the forecast for the Cayman Islands for today, calling for partly sunny skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will rise to the mid to upper 80s. Your winds will be east to northeast 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Tonight, fair skies with less than 20% chance of showers and temperatures falling to the mid-70s. Your winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots tonight, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. High tide will occur this morning at 9:52, and a low tide this afternoon at 3:53, and a high tide again tonight at 9. Sunset 5:44, sunrise 6:39, and the outlook is calling for similar weather conditions through Sunday morning.
Your weather update after 8 is brought to you by Brand Source Home Gallery, creating elegant bathrooms with European-style fixtures and fittings.
This Friday and Saturday only, you'll find huge Black Friday savings on mattress and laundry at Brand Source Home Gallery. Sealy King mattresses for $9.99 and queens are just $7.99. GE top load washers are only $5.49 and GE dryers are $4.69. Samsung front load washers and dryers are just $6.99 each. We've got more models on special and you can save more by the pair. These are just some of the great deals at Brand Source Home Gallery's Black Friday sale. This Friday and Saturday in Industrial Park. You don't want to miss it.
Plus, a good morning once again. Time to take a look what's happening traffic-wise. Heavy traffic coming from the east heading to Georgetown. Some extra patience needed this morning as you head on down. Shamrock Road busy. Linford Pearson Highway heavy traffic. And steady traffic on Cool Road. Some sections a little busier than others. Coming off Bobby Thompson Way, moderate flow of traffic. And also steady traffic coming off of The Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way. Moving on to downtown Georgetown, traffic flowing moderately in and out of Georgetown on Shedden Road, and light to moderate traffic flow on 8wood Street, and the same from the West Bay 4-way stop, and steady traffic on Huldah Avenue, Thomas Russell Avenue as well, Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue, traffic flowing moderately on the West Bay Road, moderate flow of traffic in both directions, especially in front of the Ritz, and the usual traffic on Walkers Road. If you see any accidents or incidents happening on Cayman's roads, give us a call here at Radio Cayman, 949-6990. Have a good morning and buckle up. Come celebrate with Putin Cleaners as they celebrate their 60th anniversary in laundry and dry cleaning service to the Cayman Islands by entering to win big in the annual Christmas drawings. Main prize is $600 plus other prizes and surprises. Pre-drawings will take place at each of our locations: Savannah, November 24th, Elgin Avenue, December 1st, and Centennial Towers, December 8th at 12:30 p.m. The grand prize drawing will be on December 22nd, 4 p.m. at Putin's main store located on 337 Eastern Avenue, Georgetown. All customers with pickup tickets $17 and over, whether all or new orders, are qualified to enter. Make sure you drop your pickup tickets in the box provided at any of our 4 convenient locations near you for a chance to win big this Christmas. And don't forget, it's party time. Let us help you look your best. You feel good when you look good. We sincerely thank you for your patronage throughout the year and hope we have the privilege to continue serving you. Putin Cleaners, 949-7104.
Domestic violence. It knows no gender. It knows no age. Children, the elderly, women and men. It affects everyone, and it needs to stop now. Research has shown that children who are hit in anger grow to be adults who hit in anger. Stop the slap. Stop the cycle. Stop the violence.
The Stop the Slap campaign, proudly sponsored by Foster's IGA. Stop the slap. Stop the cycle. Stop the violence.
Hurricane season is here, and that means it's time to prepare. Stock up on the essentials with savings on canned goods, non-perishable foods, health and beauty items, hurricane kit essentials, and more. Pick up the Foster's Hurricane Preparedness Guide in-store or view it at fosters-iga.com for tips on hurricane safety, evacuation procedures, local shelters, and more. And follow Foster's IGA on social media for hurricane preparedness tips throughout the season.
Who's the leader in savings? It's Foster.
In local sports, the Creighton Blue Jays are the 2018 Cayman Islands Classic champions. Sophomore guard number 5 Deshaun Alexander scored a career-high 36 points as Creighton handed number 16 ranked Clemson its first loss of the season with an 87-82 win to claim the Cayman Islands Classic championship Wednesday night. In all, it was a perfect, magical, and competitive match that had fans at the edge of their seats all game as the 2 top teams of the bracket met in the final. Fans, local and international, were in awe at the tournament and the competition.
It was great. I liked the energy. Both fan bases from each team was great. The energy was nice. It was a great game.
Oh, it was a nice experience for Cayman. It was very intense from the get-go. I mean, we learned a lot, and it shows that we would have to do a lot of work to get to that level, I'll tell you that.
I only saw the last game, but I thought it was a really good game. I like the fact that Clemson made their push at the end there to try, and they almost made it to catch up, but they couldn't quite pull it off. So it was still an exciting match, and I think people got what they came out for, which is some good quality, high-quality basketball.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing. The score was close the whole time. Thought the comeback was nice. In college basketball, you never know what to expect. The atmosphere was amazing. The fact that the school brought pretty much they brought half the crowd. Yeah. They filled one section, and, that one section was cheering for them, so it gave them a big boost. Looks like they finished, right? They won the tournament. Next year should be even better, right?
It was incredible. An amazing experience. Cayman is doing themselves proud. This is unbelievable. So I watched all 12 games last year and this year, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. They should be very proud.
We love the game. We love the Caymans. We want to lose our passports and stay. Go Blue Jays!
And there you have it. Once again, the Cayman Islands Classic was an incredible success. That is the latest in sports here on Radio Cayman. I'm Shanta Gallego.
Kirk Freeport's Black Friday sale is bigger than ever with 60% off an incredible selection of watches, jewelry, crystal, and accessories. Get early access to the sale on Thursday night from 5. Bayshore Mall and Cardinal Avenue locations will stay open until 8, and the Strand will remain open until 9. Get unbeatable discounts from brands including John Hardy, Roberto Coin, Bulgari, Chopard, Marco Basico, and many more. Plus, there's an additional 10% off all non-branded sale merchandise. It's Black Friday all weekend at Kirk Freeport. Visit kirkfreeport.com for full details.
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guest in the studio this morning, so we have open line opportunity again for you to call in, make statements, express your opinions, ask questions, and we will try to answer those questions if we possibly can. Yesterday, the Premier in the Legislative Assembly issued a statement on the state of play as it regards constitutional talks with the United Kingdom. And in that statement that he made, he included this sentiment. Mr. Speaker, I have said many times since the amendment passed in the UK Parliament that the Cayman Islands does not accept that the United Kingdom Parliament has the right to legislate for us when it comes to domestic matters that are already devolved to local government. In fact, we view this as constitutional overreach by the United Kingdom Parliament, a view that is shared by our constitutional advisors in the UK and also stated by several law lords during the debate in the House of Lords in May of this year. Now, one of our listeners, called in on Talk Today and basically was questioning the statement that the Premier made in terms of what he says about domestic matters being devolved to local government. And I told the caller that I would look into it, do some research on it. At that time yesterday, I also gave the legal definition of devolved, or the dictionary's definition of devolution or devolved as well. Now, when we look at Section 55 of the Cayman Islands Constitution Order 2009, that particular section relates to the special responsibilities of the governor. And those responsibilities are laid out there. And it says the governor shall be responsible for the conduct subject to this Constitution and any other law of any business of the government with respect to the following matters. And they are A, defense, B, external affairs, subject to subsections 3 and 4, C, internal security, including the police, without prejudice to Section 58, and also the appointment, promotion, transfer of public officers. And then subsection 2 talks about the governor acting after consultation with the Premier to assign or to delegate to any member of the cabinet by instrument in writing on such terms and conditions as he or she may impose responsibility for the conduct on behalf of the governor of any business in the Legislative Assembly with respect to any of the matters listed in subsection 1. And subsection 1, I listed those before, so the governor can assign all those as well. And then it also says that the governor shall not enter, agree, or give final approval to any international agreement, treaty, or instrument that would affect internal policy or require implementation by legislation in the Cayman Islands without first obtaining agreement of the Cabinet unless instructed otherwise by the Secretary of State. So, that. And the subsection 4 reads, the Governor shall, acting after consultation with the Premier, assign or delegate to the Premier or another minister by instrument in writing and on the terms and conditions set out in subsection 5, responsibility for the conduct of external affairs insofar as they relate to any matter falling within the portfolios of ministers, including the Caribbean Community, the Association of Caribbean States, the United Nations Economic Commission for Latin America, known as ECLAC, for Latin America and the Caribbean, or any other Caribbean regional organization, institution. Can also assign to the Minister of the Caribbean Regional Affairs relating specifically to issues that are of interest to or affect the Cayman Islands, tourism, related matters, taxation, blah, 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 all of those other things. So there is where the delegation of certain responsibilities not relating to local affairs, but also international as well as regional bodies. So those things have been delegated can be delegated by the governor to ministers or to the premier. We have a caller, and we know who that caller is, but there's so much that we want to talk about with that caller. We're going to take a quick commercial break, asking the caller to hold on, and then we're going to come back to that caller. We know who the caller is, so caller, just hang in there. We're going to take a quick commercial break and come back to you.
A trip to New York City is the experience of a lifetime. Starting this December, Cayman Airways will be offering daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman to New York City. That's right, Cayman Airways is going daily to New York City starting this December. Stroll through Central Park or take in the bright lights of Times Square, enjoy a Broadway show, or visit museums, the Empire State Building, and so much more. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, you'll fall in love with New York City. And daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman aboard Cayman Airways starting this December. For details and to book, call Cayman Airways reservations at 949-2311. Contact a travel agent or visit CaymanAirways.com. You remember the sale at Vamt Motors?
Yeah, the Your Sale, Your Choice, the one where you can get cash back or can put the savings to extend the warranty or upgrade features?
Yes, it's still going on, but now you can get $8,000 off a new Ford Ranger truck. $8,000, you know?
You for real?
Come see for yourself. While they still have so much to choose from, save big during Your Sale, Your Choice at Vamt Motors. With almost every vehicle on sale, you decide whether to get your dream ride at its lowest price. Take cash back, add years to the warranty or service plan. Choose an add-on or mix your options. Your sale, your choice, because you know what you need, and Vamt Motors will help you drive it home. Vamt Motors on Walkers Road.
Sometimes things just don't go as planned. That's why you need Contractors All-Risk Insurance from Fidelity Insurance Brokers. Ensure you're covered in the event of property damage and third-party injury or damage claims during your construction projects. And with Fidelity Insurance Brokers, you can be sure you are getting competitive pricing and superior customer service. Call us today for a free quote. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Le Classique's tent sale is this Saturday at the Trilogy Building on Mary Street, 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. Ladies and men's footwear up to 75% off. Clearance prices as low as $10. Don't miss the shoe-tacular deals at Le Classique's tent sale this Saturday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Trilogy Building on Mary Street.
Tune in to Radio Cayman every morning at 7:20 a.m. for your daily weather update. Proudly brought to you by Miller's Plumbing and Accessories. With over 47 years of experience, they'll get the job done for you on time. Free estimate. Miller's Plumbing and Accessories. Call them at 949-4709 for a free estimate.
Ladies, makeup artists, beauticians, enter to win a deluxe makeup case already filled with a variety of Maybelline cosmetics at Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor. The makeup case expands for easy use and storage and already has everything you need inside to look and feel your best. All you have to do is purchase any 3 Maybelline cosmetic products from Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor and drop your entry form in the box at our cash-out counters. Winner will be drawn on November 30th. This promotion is only valid at our Grand Harbor Pharmacy. System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record with your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio. We have an open line and we're going to take our caller now. That caller is Dr. Steve Macfield. Dr. Macfield, good morning. Welcome to For the Record, sir.
Good morning, Mr. For the Record. I wish I was there this morning, but anyway.
I know, and I wish I had. Had I known that we were going to have this vacancy because the LA went on late last night, I would have made that arrangement. But I didn't know until this morning. Sorry about that.
Okay. All right, just let me say that I have been advocating for full internal self-government when I was a teenager, under my great leader, Mr. Orrett Connor,
right, and
followed by Jim Borden. I'm the first one to say that we should have done this long time ago. In fact, we should have done it from 1962.
Right.
When we had the chance to do it, and we let that chance go.
Yep.
Now, all right. While I say that, I don't think that the Premier is right when he says that he's right when he says that Parliament has no right to legislate for us. Because Parliament gave that right to legislate to us, to the Queen and Council in 1962 under the West Indian Act.
Yes. That's correct.
To say directly for the overseas territories. Parliament gives that right to the Queen and Council by orders in Council. That is how orders in Council can come from Parliament. They can come from the Council, from the Queen and Council themselves.
Right.
There are 2 ways in which those orders can come. But Parliament cannot draft a law and say it applies to us directly. It has to come to order in Council.
Right.
So you understand that?
Yes,
now?
sir. Yes, sir.
The order, the greatest order in Council that has applied to us is the 2009 Constitution or any other Constitution, because that comes through order in Council. Okay, now, if you read what the Constitution says, and let's read what it says. It says...
And what section?
Section 43.
Okay.
The executive authority of the Cayman Islands is vested in Her Majesty. That is what the Act gave Her Majesty. Not the executive authority does not vest in Parliament. It vests in Her Majesty. And it says, subject to this Constitution, executive authority of the Cayman Islands shall be exercised on behalf of Her Majesty by the government, consisting of the governor and Her Majesty's representatives at the cabinet, either directly or through public officers. What does that tell you? That there is no Cayman government. There is no Cayman government on its own.
Right.
Whatever cabinet does, whatever the legislature does, whatever the people in the public office does is on behalf of Her Majesty. That's what it tells you.
And the government shares that responsibility with the governor, the cabinet, and through public officers as well.
That's right. And then when you look at when you go over the Constitution and you look at the offensive one that puts us all all as servants, as slaves in Section 125.
125, that's the nuclear option, huh?
There is reserved to Her Majesty to make laws for the peace, order, and good government of the Cayman Islands. It's Her Majesty that does it, not Parliament. So he's right, but then I don't know how he is going to persuade them to take that power away from Her Majesty and give it to the Cayman Islands. When he had the chance to do so, in 1962, we didn't do it. And these powers have evolved in all the constitution since that time, up to today. So really, there is no Caymanian government per se. Everything that we do here, all the laws that we've made here, are made on behalf of Her Majesty. And if that was not so, we would not have the clause in the Constitution that says that the governor, the reserve clause that the governor can refuse to sign a bill or sign a bill into a law into a law, and he has the right to refuse it and can make his own laws himself.
Question for you, Doc. Sorry, go ahead. I'll wait till you finish.
It's a hurdle for us now to go to the UK. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it, but it's going to be a hurdle for us to do it. And especially, sir, when the people of the Cayman Islands, the majority of the people in the Cayman Islands in 2009 voted for this constitution, We voted for it. We've approved it and voted for it. And today, this government and the past government have not put into effect the things that we voted for. Two of them, especially the Standard and Public Life and the District Council's law. So, there's a catch situation here. Here we are going to ask them for more autonomy when we have not even abide by the laws by the principles of responsibility that the people came and voted for. The Constitution in 2009 was not thrust on us. We voted for it. A majority of people out and say, yes, we want this Constitution. We have looked at the terms of it. We have looked at the draft, and we want it. And even today, that has not been fully implemented by any of the governments that came since. So it's going to be a hurdle when we go there, because that's the first thing they're going to throw at us. How can you do this when you have not even mastered the document that we gave you to carry out the business of Her Majesty on our behalf? So the problem we have a big problem. We have a big problem. And we need to discuss these things out in public before we go off to England or anywhere asking them to give us more powers than powers, because it's going to be a hurdle, because they know that we have not implemented the Constitution and that they approve after we said yes, this is what we want. But those provisions are it. I don't think that Her Majesty government, Her Majesty and Council should have the right to overthrow laws that we have passed in our legislature by the majority of the people in the country. For instance, Orrett, and you can see where the Premier is going. That I believe that I agree with him. You can see where I'm going. Even if the courts overthrow or interpret the Constitution or the marriage law to say yes, two people of the same sex can get married, and we go back and we pass a law, they can overthrow it.
Yes.
And we would be left. We would be left with an empty vessel, an empty legislature. We don't want that to happen to us. We want to be the same as Gibraltar and the Crown dependencies. So I'm agree with him, but it's not Parliament that he has to be angry with. It's the Privy Council that he has to be angry with, the Queen and Council, because Parliament abdicated that right to make laws for us in 1962 and gave it to the Queen and Council. That's what I'm saying.
Now, Doc, if we look at, I'm getting an echo for some reason. If we look at Section 125, it is quite terse. It is quite terse. It says, there is reserved to Her Majesty full power to make laws for the peace, order, and good government of the Cayman Islands. Period. Nothing else said. No ifs, ands, or buts. Would you say that one of the things that our negotiators should look towards expanding that, or making a proviso in there, making it conditional to a certain extent, and so that it would read like under certain circumstances or whatever? It's sort of like, if not spell them out, at least give some sort of boundary in terms of where that reach, that power to make laws for the good, for the peace, order, and good government of the islands. Put it in certain circumstances. Would it make sense to try to do that?
I agree with you, because that's a blanket statement, and right now they could say anything comes under the peace, order, and good government of the anything. You see, anything could come. Those should be spelled out the same as it's spelled out in Section 60 and Section 61 of how to be of the requirements and the procedure to become an elected member of the Legislative Assembly.
Yes.
And cabinet. It should say what those powers are, just like the one in 1955 sets up the powers of the governor, and in what areas that he has reserved for him. That should be spelled out too under 125. What areas that the Queen and Her Majesty has the right to make laws with the peace, order, and good governance. That should be spelled out and more clarified, because that's an old-fashioned thing. That's too colonial. It's been there from the first colony, I guess, that has that, and we should do that too. But we have to be all in sync with this thing.
Yes.
We cannot go there rowing with each other before those people, because those people, were the ones who coined colonialism. They were the ones who coined it and made a profit from it.
Yeah.
So we can't do what we've done in the past. We have to go there, and we can't go with no cap in hand either. We have to get prepared, and this is why we should have been preparing our people for the eventuality. If they get angry, that's what they will go. Well, go. This is what we should have been doing now for the last 10 years, preparing for that time, because we cannot continue this up and down, and they like us doing this stuff, and they don't like us doing this stuff, and then we stand and say we don't want to have two people of the same sex marrying in our country, and then the governor comes and he say that he believes in everybody should have the same rights, and then sending that sort of subtle message over, because that's what it is a subtle message. That matter's going through the course now. He should have nothing to say about.
Yes.
He should say, I'm going to wait to see what the court say. But he's already saying that he's for equal rights. That is sending a subtle message to the court, which is completely wrong. And you can see where the thinking is.
Now, Doc, I know that the Premier really wanted to highlight in his statement the challenging of what he sees and what we see as a overreach by the UK Parliament. But what we haven't seen in this statement is in regards to other necessary amendments to the Constitution, whether or not they will be putting those forward, as well, and trying to progress those also, rather than just this one item or one area. I believe we may have lost Dr. McPhail now. You there, Doc?
Yes, I'm there. Have you listened to me?
No, I didn't hear you there. I was saying we haven't seen. I know that the Premier wanted to highlight this whole issue of the overreach by the UK Parliament, but as regards to other amendments to our Constitution, many that we have pointed out here on For the Record in other fora as well, those have not been mentioned. I guess at some point in time they will come to the public and tell us some of the other changes that they would be proposing.
Yes, sir. I agree with you, and I think that what he should have done since the beginning of the year he should have taken all those amendments, brought them together, and he should have an amendment forum in the Cayman Islands so that we could put our views of the things that we want to be amended, and he could hear our views on them. I think so because there are some 33 amendments that was recommended by the Constitutional Commission that have not been dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's what he should have done. So we could have our views and say, this is what we agree on, this is what we don't agree on, and this is what we give you our electoral power to go to stand up for us for.
Mm-hmm. It seems as if a different approach will be taken, and what they will do is that they will go there because now that we have firm dates that have been set, for this. The first date will be on the 7th, Friday the 7th of December, and then the discussions will resume again on the Monday the 10th of December. So there's no time for us to do that now. It would appear as if what they will do is make their presentations to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, to the Prime Minister, whomever, the minister in charge, and then eventually they will come back to the public here in the Cayman Islands. These are the points, and then discuss them, as opposed to getting feedback now before they go. I guess the argument would be we already have some feedback in terms of what the necessary changes are, because we know that the Constitutional Commission did put forward, how many you said it was, 30-something proposed amendments? Yeah,
yeah, 33 of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
33 of them. I know, I understand that there's no time now, but that should have been done before, but that's water on the bridge
under
now.
The bridge, yes, yeah.
But so when he come back, he should have a discussion with us, the people. Because remember now, this has to go to referendum. The changes. The changes are going to have to go to referendum.
Do you think so? Because the one item that definitely has to go to referendum is whether or not we should go independent.
Yeah,
it would appear as if the premier and the leader of the opposition agree. That we wouldn't necessarily have to have a referendum on these items.
I agree too, because if I was sitting in the Legislative Assembly and stuff, and I had the mandate of my people, I would probably do it. But I think that one of the best things to do, at least have consultation with the people and let them know what you are going to agree to.
Yeah, at least consultation. But yeah. All right, Doc. Thank you very much for calling in. Enjoy the weekend. I don't know if you're involved in Black Friday shopping and all of that stuff.
I wanted to get something from there, and I saw a few things like a cordless drill, and so my wife told me that the place open from 4:00.
Mm-hmm.
So I went there 5 o'clock in Orrett. There were car parks all on the road. I could not believe it. And the guy told me, said people were there from 12 o'clock that night.
Wow.
12 o'clock last night. I have never seen so many people. I know. I said if they had this twice a year, they would make so much money selling stuff to people that they would be coining the money if they had this Black Friday twice a year.
Yeah, and if they can sell it at these prices on Black Friday, it goes to show you that they can sell them during the regular time as well at that same price.
I saw 65-inch TV for $599. Now Orrett, if you went and you buy that TV in Miami for $100, it would cost you more than $600 to get it here by freight and duty and everything.
Yeah.
So if they can sell a 65-inch TV for $599, it must cost them $150 to buy it.
Yep. All right, Doc. Take care. Have a great weekend, folks. We're going to take a commercial break now. When we return, we will continue to have Open Line on For the Record.
A trip to New York City is the experience of a lifetime. Starting this December, Cayman Airways will be offering daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman to New York City. That's right, Cayman Airways is going daily to New York City starting this December. Stroll through Central Park or take in the bright lights of Times Square. Enjoy a Broadway show or visit museums, the Empire State Building, and so much more. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, you'll fall in love with New York City. And daily non-stop flights from Grand Cayman aboard Cayman Airways starting this December. For details and to book, call Cayman Airways reservations at 949-2311. Contact a travel agent or visit CaymanAirways.com. You remember the sale at Vamped Motors?
Yeah, the Your Sale, Your Choice, the one where you can get cash back or can put the savings to extend the warranty or upgrade features?
Yes, it's still going on, but now you can get $8,000 off a new Ford Ranger truck. $8,000, you know?
You for real?
Come see for yourself. While they still have so much to choose from, save big during Your Sale, Your Choice at Vamped Motors. With almost every vehicle on sale, you decide whether to get your dream ride at its lowest price. Take cash back, add years to the warranty or service plan. Choose an add-on or mix your options. Your sale, your choice, because you know what you need, and Vamped Motors will help you drive it home. Vamped Motors on Walker's Road.
The Cayman Pharmacy Group would like to thank the Cayman communities for their continuous support for over the past decade. CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy opened its doors in March 2000. West Bay Pharmacy first opened their doors in March 2004. The Cayman Pharmacy Group was established in July 2007. Throughout the years, our CPG family has provided more than just pharmaceuticals to our loyal friends and customers. The Cayman Pharmacy Group has protected the lives of our medical community by securing the best healthcare advice and pharmaceutical services. To us at CPG, you are more than just a number. So, we are taking the time to say thank you for choosing CPG. The Cayman Pharmacy Group, taking care of your health.
Hi, I'm Charlotte, manager of Kirk Freeport at the Strand, and I'm here to invite you to join me and my team at our annual Customer Appreciation Day this Saturday, November 24th. Join us for complimentary refreshments and prize draws at Cayman's one-stop luxury shopping location. We have all the Kirk Freeport product lines and top brands like Mikimoto, Chopard, John Hardy, David Yurman, Omega, and many, many more. Start your holiday shopping off in style with Kirk Freeport at the Strand for our annual Customer Appreciation Day on Saturday, November 24th. Happy holidays!
Initiating system.
For information that matters. For the record, with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
And welcome back to For the Record. We have two callers online, and we're going to try to accommodate those two callers before we reach headline news at 9 o'clock. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So you need some company.
Yes.
Go. I got 2 minutes. I didn't realize the time. I wouldn't have called now.
You can always call back after 9.
Yeah, right. Did you listen to the debate of the House? I was listening to it last night.
I listened a little bit on my way home from Domino's. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ezra really had some people on the edge of the seat last night in regards to Cayman Airways and so forth.
Okay.
And then you had other ones came in and saying, like McKeever and the other ones, like it shouldn't be something discussed so publicly. But this are just the people's money that is involved, Cayman Airways and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel like we shouldn't know what Ezra was trying to get out there last night and McLean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're trying to downgrade them or low rate them in the fact, but we need to know what's happening in our country. We've been living in the dark so long and Cayman with everything else, to keep us in the dark and everything. It's only to their convenience. We didn't know where our money's going.
Yep.
But anyhow, before you go to your break, I just want to share one little quick story with you.
Sure.
I had a lady last week, took her to the hotel, and she said she wanted me to pick her back up. So I told her, call me the night before, and she did. So I go to her the next morning now, and when I pulled up, she said, Ella, were you here just now? I said, no, I'm just coming now. She said, a taxi pulled up, and I said, morning, Ella, and the lady answers, Ella. And she said she had to pick up here, plus I would take her too, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said that the lady, she said, well, okay, well, since you're picking up another passenger with me, can you just put the luggage in the car now? And the lady said, yes, just took my customer luggage, put in her taxi, and told her she'd be back at 11 o'clock to pick her up and her other lady.
Mm.
So when I pull up now at the location, the lady looked at me, Ella, were you here a minute ago? I said, no. She said, oh, my goodness, another lady got on my luggage. She answers, Ella. I said, what? And she said, you know what? When I did recognize the hair, I said, that ain't Ella. What's going down here? So I went to the bell guy and I asked her what's going on, and he called the taxi lady back, and she said, she did not answer as Ella. I said, but the visitor said you answered Ella. I ain't answering no Ella. And she showed me off, you know what I mean? But let me tell you something. We need to talk about it some more. So I'll let you get your next call.
All right, there. Okay. Thank you very much. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Not too bad. I just wanted to send a condolences to the Hunter family, Mr. Brian Hunter, and all of his family.
Yes.
It's it's a really sad moment. So I just wanted to send my condolences out to them and wish them all the best during these times.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sure that the family, appreciates that as well. They appreciate it. I think we can squeeze one more call in before 9 o'clock. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Good morning. Welcome, sir.
Yes. Good morning. I didn't know if I was on or not. We'll see. Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Go right ahead.
Yes.
We have about 2 minutes. So if we have to interrupt you, go to the news. If you want to hang on, that won't take long. It'll be about 2 minutes, and we can continue the conversation after. If you don't have enough time now, sir.
No, definitely won't. If you'll allow me the time afterwards.
Sure. Sure.
I just wanted to say thanks to Mr. Dr. Steve for calling in about these things. It's important that people understand our situation. I call it a British Crown colony because our passports say this passport is the property of the Crown. It does not say any government, it does not say any country. In the fine writing, it says this passport is the property of the Crown, remains the property of the Crown at all times. And all government land is called Crown land. That's why I often say we are a Crown colony. I don't know why that change was made. You know I asked you already, and I've asked Mr. Eric Bush when he was on the radio once, and he didn't realize it. And the lady who was with him from our office in the United Kingdom, I'm not making this up, also said she didn't realize that, but they'd find out that several months ago.
Yes.
Why the change? You know what it used to say. The property of Her Majesty's government in the United Kingdom. Mm-hmm. That's what it used to say. Mm-hmm. Why was it changed to just say the Crown? That was a simple question I've asked. No one has been able to tell me why.
Yep.
But the other things I wanted to talk about, as we saw about the Premier saying to go towards an amendment, I think it's important that we realize what other countries did, particularly Jamaica, when they were granted constitutional powers and when they were granted a constitution in 1944. It took 6 years of negotiations from 1938, when in the 38 election, only 5% of people could vote because they did not have the income of £50 per annum. And that it took 6 years for them to push it to get universal adult suffrage in there in 1944. 6 years of negotiation. So when you're talking about a while ago, what could take some time for us here in Cayman, and when I say us, I'm thinking of majority of people here who are not generational people, which is situation very different with Jamaica and with all the other countries. Even to this day, other pains is not what we have. We are unique, and that's a troublesome thing. But they got so over 60% could vote in the 1944 elections, December 14th, because of them allowing everyone over the age of 21 up, that included women, to vote. So you see the difference from 5% in 6 years to 60%. Then in 1953, they included Jamaica's constitution was adjusted again. So that's another, 6 and 3, 9 years. And then in 1957, a very, very dramatic thing was done when the Executive Council was replaced by a Council of Ministers, and the Chief Minister presided with all Council of Ministers nominated by him. This reduced the governor's constitutional powers, making that post, November 11, 1957, here in Jamaica, largely ceremonial. But as you see, sir, I know you have
news, headline news at 9 o'clock. Please stay tuned. Thank you very much, caller. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Radio Cayman. Radio Cayman's newsroom. These are the biggest stories right now.
A 26-year-old Boddentown man is taken into custody for attempted murder. A spokesperson for the RCIPS says shortly after 6 p.m. on Wednesday, officers recovered a 3-year-old child from the premises. The toddler was said to be in distress and had difficulty breathing and was taken by a police car to meet an ambulance that was en route. The child was taken to the Cayman Islands Hospital where further medical treatment was provided. The child is said to be in stable condition. In news elsewhere, armed separatists stormed the Chinese consulate in Pakistan's southern port city of Karachi on Friday, triggering an intense hour-long shootout during which 2 Pakistani civilians, 2 police officers, and all 3 assailants were killed, Pakistani officials said. The brazen assault claimed by a militant group from the southwestern province of Baluchistan reflected the separatists' attempt to strike at the heart of Pakistan's close ties with major ally China, which has invested heavily into road and transportation projects in the country, including in Baluchistan. European Union diplomats were meeting Friday to finalize the draft divorce agreement between Britain and the bloc amid a warning from Spain that it will oppose the deal if it isn't guaranteed a say over the future of Gibraltar. Leaders of EU nations are due to meet Sunday to sign off on the deal, which lays out the terms of Britain's departure in March and sets up a framework for future relations. But Spain remains unsatisfied. Those are your latest updates here on Radio Cayman. I'm Shanda Gallego.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands. What's happening in your community? News and information, music and more. You can find us. www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Radio Cayman is your choice, your voice for today's biggest news. Radio Cayman.
Initiating system.
For information that matter. For the record with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No callers online now. I haven't heard anything recently, Miss Susan, about the culling, iguana culling. A friend of mine was telling me the other day, and I'm not sure how true this is, but that there's a huge backlog in immigration, in the immigration department, with applications for political asylum. And it seems as if the green iguanas have now approached the immigration department to seek political asylum. So there's a huge backlog, huge backlog that their human rights are being violated, and as a result, they feel that they're being persecuted because of their ethnicity, because they're green, and there's a huge backlog because the green iguanas have now made claims for political asylum with the immigration department. So if you're not seeing a whole lot of them on the roads now, and if you're not seeing a whole lot of them on the trees, that is because they have taken refuge at the immigration department. They are all claiming political asylum as well. Just a joke, folks. But it'd be interesting to know what's happening now with the culling. You're seeing people more and more scattered out now because those areas where they were concentrated before, they're no longer there. So more and more. Yep. And we know that CUCs are asking those colours as well to be careful when they're working around their electrical lines as well. And so And then one caller called in and also was talking about if you're driving a vehicle and you have, one of those sticks or whatever that you use to capture the iguanas, just like any other cargo that you may be carrying on your truck or extended on your vehicle or whatever, if it's protruding, you should have some sort of a red flag on it so that you alert other drivers of the fact that something is extending beyond the rear of your vehicle as well. So you want to do that also. You would have heard Dr. Steve McField refer to the West Indies Act of 1962. And that West Indies Act had several intents to it, and it's laid out in various sections. One section relates to the power of Her Majesty to provide for secession of colonies from the dissolution of the West Indies. The other one gives the power of Her Majesty to provide for performance of functions heretofore performed by federal authorities for the benefit of federated colonies, and this was after the collapse of the West Indies Federation, of course. Also provided for compensation schemes for officers of the federal public service. Provided powers of Her Majesty to establish common courts for the West Indian colonies. Powers for Her Majesty to provide for government of certain West Indian colonies. The power of Her Majesty to establish new forms of government in place of the West Indies. Then it also provided supplementary provisions as to orders in council, provided for grants of benefit of certain West Indian colonies, provided for expenses, as well. One of the things that the British West Indies Act, that the West Indies Act did also, was to preserve the ties between Trinidad and Tobago. And I'll read that. It says, the enactments mentioned in the first and second columns of the schedule of this act are hereby repealed to the extent restrictively specified in relation thereto in the third column of the schedule. But this repeal shall not be taken to dissolve the union of Tobago with Trinidad or to affect the status as a separate colony of any other colony as well. So it retained that bond between Trinidad and Tobago, and also was intended to not to affect the status of a separate colony or any other colony. And as regards the order in council, what does it say? It says, an order in council under any provisions of this act may make or provide for the making of such incidental, consequential, or transitional provisions as may appear to Her Majesty in council to be necessary or expedient. So when you see the constitutions of all of these countries that became independent after the breakup of the Federation, all of their constitutions will refer to the West Indies Act of 1962, because it is by virtue of that act that they were given their independence and new constitutions as well. I think one caller has rejoined us, so let's go to that caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome back to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. Osi. What we're talking about there is what you're saying sort of fits into it.
Mm-hmm.
But one must understand, also it's important, that the Federation was not really an ideal by the colonies in the Caribbean.
Yes.
It was the British government that wanted that. Remember, they had to utilize the oil in Trinidad. They had to use many men from Cayman, as we know, a high rate of conscription. St. Lucia had a high rate also, and so forth. And the Jamaican Kingston Harbor, one of the best harbors in the world, was filled with warships and all that. There's a lot of things that Caymanians did here. My father was one to contribute to the war effort. I can tell you that. He had a letter from King George VI thanking him for his service. My mother had it somewhere. We had the copy of it here, and I don't know where it is now. I have to ask my older sister for that. But a lot of others did too. It would fill books with what they did. The move from the what I was saying to you there when Jamaica kept moving ahead their constitution, which is what we're trying to do right now. But as I said before, that we are in a very peculiar and unique situation here because the generational citizens here, I'm sure you'll agree with this, are a minority to the population.
Yep.
Are a minority to the population. And therefore, the thought of independence for who and from what, has to be carefully considered if we think about that, because I don't know if many people are just say, well, we'll go on our own. It isn't just like that, you know. When Mr. Manley decided, he was premier, Norman Manley, not talking about Michael, his son. Many people mix that up, so two completely different people. He asked Jamaicans to vote whether they wanted to be a part of the Federation or not, because it was not working for them, and the majority of Jamaicans did not support going into it. The headquarters was in Trinidad. I remember the two ships they had made. I remember them very well, Federal Maple, Federal Palm, beautiful little ships. They were working between Jamaica and all over the West Indies long after Jamaica became independent. I remember them very well. Dark black, so very dark blue and light blue.
Okay.
And he asked Jamaicans to vote whether they wanted to be a part of the Federation or not, because the problem was Jamaican representatives. Jamaica had much more than half the population of the rest of the Caribbean, but the number of Jamaican representatives in the federal parliament was much less than half.
Yes.
And Jamaica's constitution allowed them much more self-government than federal constitution, so that it was not, feasible for Jamaica to remain in that. And he asked them, and they had a referendum on it, and I think it was in September, November of '61, and they voted overwhelmingly to come out. So then it was just obvious that the next step was for Mr. Manley to announce that his government would proceed with preparations for independence. So you have to prepare for that, because you'd have to draft a completely new constitution. And I don't think most people realize it. Our constitution that we now have would be completely irrelevant, most of it, not to an independent country, completely, because it's made with the sort of administrative powers left, as you quite, eloquently read out, Mr. Maxfield did, in Great Britain's hands. It is now vested in the people of Jamaica, and that through their elected representatives. It would be the same with Cayman. It would be vested in them. So a new constitution has to be drawn up, completely new. And that's what they did there. I think it was in February of '62. And then they have to call a new election, because the present government here that we have now, and everyone would be irrelevant. They have sworn allegiance to Her Majesty. So that's irrelevant. They now have to swear the new, an elected government would have to be swearing allegiance to the people. flag onto the country, and it's completely different. So all those things have to be done first.
Mm-hmm.
So a move towards amending our present constitution would be the same steps that they took there. But as I said before, on one thing, we are a very divided people. They were united. We're very divided. Both parties had agreed on these moves. There was no bickering, nothing. Here we're divided because we're going to have a referendum now, possibly, which divides people. As you know, it's just like election time. It's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to the polls, and you have one side for, one side against. So it's a big division here now. At the same time, the Premier is trying to move forward and amend things to give our elected representatives the kind of power that some of us think that they have, which they don't. Keep you know what I mean, etching away and moving the envelope forward. So,
Caller, we're going to ask you to leave us there. We have to take a break now, folks. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Advance Automotive Chevrolet is celebrating their 10th birthday by giving away $10,000 to one lucky person who buys a brand new Chevrolet. Not buying a new car this year? Well then, why not be one of 10 people who could win free gas for a year? Book any service with Advance Automotive before December 19th to enter. And remember, Advance Automotive can service any make of vehicle so everyone can enter. Visit AdvanceChevrolet.com for more details or call 945-9191 to book your service today. Terms and conditions apply.
CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, formerly known as Professional Pharmacy, would like to thank the Cayman communities for their loyal support these past 18 years. Our staff work towards healthcare excellence and providing the most current and up-to-date training with pharmaceutical care. Thorough background checks and follow-up consultations is only the beginning. Your safety is our concern. Our staff are respected healthcare professionals whose job requires careful and precise calculations. Thank you for being a part of our family and for choosing CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, where we prepare to provide exceptional care. At CTMH Doctors Hospital Pharmacy, we care about your health.
Get fit, lose weight, and keep healthy while sitting with the new Desk Cycle. The Desk Cycle is one of the highest rated items online with over 1,800 reviews. Get yours for $125 during the Black Friday half-price sale. If you need more information, call or WhatsApp 326-3726. That's 326-3726. Or you can email deskcyclecayman@gmail.com or visit their website at www.deskcyclecayman.
Not all insurance is created equal, but who has the time to shop around? Take the guesswork out of your insurance coverage with Fidelity Insurance Brokers. Let us match you with the best coverage to suit your needs at a price to suit your wallet. Plus, get superior customer service from dedicated claims professionals to ensure speedy claims processing. Get your insurance through Fidelity Insurance Brokers. Call us today at 949-7822 for a free quote. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Discount days are here from Super Stitch. 2 days of amazing savings this Friday and Saturday. Super Stitch is giving you savings on fabric for dresses, suits, and skirts. You name it, they have it. Fabric as low as $3.99 only at Super Stitch. Upholstery fabric for indoor and outdoor. Also, fabric for your cushions. Get curtains, bedspreads, sheets, bath mats, rugs, shower curtains, and much, much more. It's all at Super Stitch, Pasadena Place, Smith Road. 10 to 50% off. It's the perfect time to shop for the holidays. Come on down. There's something for you. The more you buy, the more you save.
The Paramount Carpet pre-Christmas blowout sale is back. For 1 whole week starting Monday, November 19th through Saturday, November 24th. Save big with assorted remnant tiles, 250 square foot, $100 a pallet. Assorted remnant granite slabs as low as $300 a slab. Ceramic tiles as low as 75 cents a square foot. Porcelain tiles as low as 99 cents a square foot. Area rugs, 35% off. Carpets, 25% off. Tools, 10% off. And all other in-house tiles, 20% off. Cash and carry. It's the big blowout sale at the Paramount Carpet, located at 317 North Sound Road, Industrial Park. Open Monday to Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Call 949-5000.
Do a whole lot more than just covering your floor at Paramount Carpet.
Initiating system.
For information that matter. For the record with Orrett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We have 10 minutes left to go in the show, and we're going to end the show precisely at 9:30 because I have to whisk myself quickly out of here for another 9:30 meeting as well. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but we may just end a few minutes early. The referendum that the previous caller spoke about in Jamaica, referendum on continued membership of the Federation of the West Indies. That was held in Jamaica on the 19th of September, 1961. And voters were asked the question, should Jamaica remain in the Federation of the West Indies? The result was 54.1 voting no, resulting in the country leaving the Federation and its dissolution in 1962 as well. We heard talk about he also spoke about why the Federation was established. And the Federation was established by the British Caribbean Federation Act 1956 with the aim of establishing a political union amongst its members. Federal capital was located in Trinidad and Tobago. And any other questions in relation to that? When did it actually begin? When did it begin? In 1958. Who was the Prime Minister of the West Indies Federation? The first holder of that was, its formation was on the 18th of April, 1958. The Prime Minister was appointed by the Governor General of the West Indies Federation. The title of the Prime Minister would have been the Right Honourable, and the first holder was the Right Honourable Grantley Herbert Adams. And of course, you know where he was from, Bajan, Barbados, as well. So those are some facts in relation to the West Indies Federation as well. Any other thing? The aim, the Federation was established by the British Caribbean Federation Act of 1956, like I said before, with the aim of establishing political union amongst members. The Governor General was Lord Hales of Britain, and the Prime Minister, like I said earlier, Grantley Adams, who was then the Premier of Barbados, and the capital was located in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm trying to find some other questions in relation to that. We have one caller. We're going to ask that caller to please be as very brief because we have to close the show off before 9:30. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Hey, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir. I'm fine. How are you? Good to hear your voice. Good to hear your voice.
Good, sir. Good. Well, I just want to call, and it's bad time, as you say, because you don't have much time left. But I'm so glad to be for this problem this time. And I was just calling because I thought it's a very important time to call in relation to the country and the people. And to remind us that we are one of the most blessed people in the country, in the world, and we are the freest people. We are second to nobody anywhere. And I was because of time, I wanted to speak about the fact that we have a summons on our court. That's something new, something that we never realized, never thought that in our lifetime. And 91 years, I never dreamed about such a thing. And when we think about it, like I say, being one of the freest people in the face of the earth, And to think that we are this morning being the freest people in the world, and to think that we have grown up with a heritage second to none, and being in a land where people have grew up with the fact that us and our children grew up with no fear of some other outside things brought before us. People were at home and kids to grow up and God-fearing, and we go to church and we love one another, and home was a very special place for us. And I think this morning that before us we find all of a sudden that we find there's a summons on your court. And I think this morning we think that in a land like ours, there's all of a sudden there's a court summons set up before us, and a land like we've had. I'm 91 years old. It really shakes me. I'd say not shakes me, but it rouses me up to think that here's a land, boy. Brother John, you need to get up and get on your feet. And a time when Caymanians need to get on your feet, realize that our way of life is being, in far as I'm concerned, is being challenged, and that's how I feel. And I'm a free man, free to express myself, and free to wake up to tell our people that it's time for us to wake up and think. We're loving people, we're fair people. And it means that our way of life is, in my opinion, being challenged. Not only my way of life, but it is a way of life. And what it means to us that if we are going to marriage has always been a special period of life. We go to, man grows up, his family grew up, and home beautiful place. A man he finds a beautiful woman, gets ready to get married, and home is such a beautiful place, and what a beautiful thing. Now what it is that it seemed like the thing before us that we've never thought about, not about. Now we look back and think of a garden before us here. I'm speaking for myself, and I'm saying this. I'm a free man. I've always had be a free man, and in speaking in relation to the court, what there. I think that all I'm saying is free. I'm a free man, making express for myself.
Caller, going to ask you to leave us there. We have to close off the show now, folks. I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension for the record, into your homes, into your vehicles, as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, whether it be an office cubicle or if you're working in the outdoors. I also want to remind you that we are our brothers and our sisters keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and I ask you to extend a helping hand to them. If you can't do that, then I suggest you donate to a worthy charity, because we always want to consider those who need, not necessarily those who want, or even those who crave. I say to you, have a great day. Continue to support your radio station. Join me at 12:15 for a talk today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record is brought to you by Fidelity Bank. For all your banking and pension needs, call or visit a Fidelity branch today. Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealerships serving the Cayman Islands. And Cayman Pharmacy Group, with locations in West Base and professional pharmacy at CTMH Doctors Hospital. The Cayman Pharmacy Group has a location for you just around the corner. And Seaboard Marine. With over 35 shipping ports, find your shipping solution by calling Seaboard Marine at 949-4977.
Okay, man.
The voice of the Cayman Islands, Radio Cayman.
We love our listeners. Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.